What if one of the world's most beloved family dogs started as a rugged working partner in the icy waters of the North Atlantic? Before Labradors became the friendly companions we know today, they were fearless fishermen's helpers, built for freezing water, heavy nets, and long days at sea. But their journey from hard-working fishing dogs to the most popular dog breed in the world is a story filled with survival, near extinction, and even a little bit of British aristocracy. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible history of the Labrador Retriever, where they came from, how they evolved, and why millions of families trust them as loyal companions. Let's begin our journey in the rugged coastal villages of Newfoundland over 200 years ago. The story of the Labrador Retriever actually begins in Newfoundland, Canada, not in Labrador, as the name might suggest. In the 1700s and early 1800s, fishermen along the icy Atlantic coastline depended heavily on dogs to help them work. These dogs were known as St. John's water dogs, named after the capital city of Newfoundland. They were medium-sized, muscular dogs with thick coats and strong swimming abilities. Their job was simple but essential: help fishermen retrieve fish and nets from the freezing ocean. If a fish slipped off a hook or escaped a net, these dogs would dive into the icy water and bring it back. They were natural swimmers with powerful tails that acted like rudders. Their water-resistant coats protected them from the cold, and their soft mouths allowed them to carry fish without damaging them. Fishermen relied on them every day. In fact, many boats would not leave the harbor without one of these dogs on board. These hard-working St. John's water dogs would eventually become the ancestors of the Labrador Retriever. But their story was about to take a surprising turn across the Atlantic Ocean. In the early 1800s, British ships frequently traveled between Newfoundland and England. English nobles visiting Canada noticed the remarkable abilities of the St. John's water dog. Among them was the second Earl of Malmesbury, a passionate sportsman who loved waterfowl hunting. He was amazed by the dog's retrieving skills. Unlike many hunting dogs of the time, these dogs could retrieve birds from icy water without hesitation. The Earl began importing these dogs back to England. He referred to them as Labrador dogs, likely because ships that transported them often came from the Labrador Sea region. These dogs quickly gained popularity among British hunters. They were intelligent, obedient, and had incredible retrieving instincts. British breeders began refining the breed to make them even better hunting companions. Over time, selective breeding improved their temperament, structure, and reliability. But while Labradors were gaining popularity in England, their original ancestors in Newfoundland were facing extinction. By the late 1800s, Newfoundland introduced strict regulations that unintentionally threatened the survival of the St. John's water dog. One of the biggest problems was a heavy dog tax designed to encourage sheep farming. Families were often limited to owning only one dog. Because male dogs were considered more useful for breeding, many female puppies were unfortunately euthanized. On top of that, new quarantine laws in England made it harder to import dogs from Newfoundland. As a result, the population of St. John's water dogs declined rapidly. By the early 1900s, they were nearly gone. But thankfully, the Labradors already living in England continued the bloodline. Without those early British breeders, the Labrador Retriever might never have existed. As Labradors continued to develop in England, breeders focused on refining the breed into the perfect retrieving dog. Two important noble families played major roles in shaping the breed: the Dukes of Buccleuch and the Earls of Malmesbury. Their breeding programs helped establish the Labrador's key characteristics: strong swimming ability, gentle mouth for retrieving birds, intelligence and trainability, calm and friendly temperament. In 1903, the Labrador Retriever was officially recognized by the Kennel Club of England. Just a few years later, the breed began spreading across Europe and North America. Hunters loved them, families adored them, and their popularity was just beginning. Labradors arrived in the United States in the early 1900s. American hunters quickly realized that these dogs were exceptional retrievers. They could work tirelessly in wetlands, lakes, marshes, and rivers. In 1917, the American Kennel Club officially recognized the Labrador Retriever. From there, the breed's popularity grew steadily. Their versatility made them perfect for many roles: hunting dogs, farm dogs, family companions. But Labradors were about to take on even more important responsibilities. One of the most remarkable things about Labradors is their intelligence and willingness to work. Because of their calm temperament and trainability, they quickly became ideal service dogs. Labradors are now widely used as guide dogs for the blind, search and rescue dogs, therapy dogs, detection dogs for police and military. Their friendly nature allows them to connect easily with people, and their eagerness to please makes them one of the easiest breeds to train. For many people around the world, Labradors are not just pets, they are life-changing partners. Originally, most Labradors were black. In fact, early breeders often preferred black coats because they were considered the most traditional hunting color. But eventually, other colors began appearing in litters. Today, Labradors come in 3 recognized colors: black, yellow, and chocolate. Yellow Labradors can range from pale cream to a deep fox red shade. Chocolate Labradors became popular later, but are now beloved by many owners. Despite the color differences, all Labradors share the same essential characteristics: intelligence, friendliness, and loyalty. For decades, the Labrador Retriever has consistently ranked as one of the most popular dog breeds in the world. In the United States, it held the #1 spot for 31 consecutive years. Families love them for their gentle nature with children. Hunters respect their work ethic, and trainers admire their intelligence. Labradors have become symbols of loyalty, companionship, and trust. But perhaps their greatest achievement isn't their popularity. It's the impact they have on the lives of the people who love them. From icy fishing boats in Newfoundland, to royal hunting estates in England, to family homes all around the world, the Labrador Retriever has come a long way. Their story is one of hard work, survival, and an unbreakable bond with humans. And whether they're retrieving ducks in a marsh, guiding someone safely through a busy city, or simply wagging their tail when you walk through the door, Labradors continue to prove why they are one of the greatest dogs in history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history of the Labrador Retriever, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments. Do you have a Labrador? And what makes them special to you? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.